We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or LTFRB, has decided to extend the franchises of approximately 25,000 traditional jeepneys in Metro Manila. The LTFRB stated that the extension will provide more time for jeepney drivers and operators to join or form cooperatives as required by the government's Jeepney Modernization Program. The LTFRB earlier noted that being a member of a cooperative is favorable for a jeepney driver because boundaries will no longer be required. The government's modernization program seeks to replace traditional jeepneys with more environmentally friendly vehicles. The LTFRB said that new franchises can be applied for by operators and drivers, but only as part of transportation cooperatives. The decision to extend the franchises came after LTFRB officials discussed the possible shortage of jeepneys in the National Capital Region, as several jeepney drivers have petitioned the government for more time to transition to modern jeepneys. The franchises, which were set to expire on April 30 of this year, were extended for the fourth time. Meanwhile, the annual Balikatan military exercises between American and Filipino forces will take place in April of this year. AFP spokesperson Colonel Medel Aguilar said the AFP will lead the planning and execution of the Balikatan exercises with support from the U.S. Armed Forces and other like-minded nations acting as observers. He also stated that this year's Balikatan will help the AFP in developing its external defense capabilities and fulfilling its obligations to other regional countries in terms of countering terrorism and other security threats. Last year, about 3,800 AFP members and 5,100 U.S. military personnel took part in the annual exercises. The Philippines is expected to repatriate 2 of the 4 Japanese detainees tagged as a string of robberies across Japan as early as Tuesday. Sources said the remaining 2 could also be sent to Japan at the same time, depending on their criminal trials. The 4 Japanese nationals are suspected fraud group leader Yuki Watanabe, Kyoto Mamura, Toshiya Fujita, and Tomonobu Kojima. Inamura and Fujita are set to be deported after being cleared of local charges. Japan has sought the transfer of all 4 suspects as police investigate their alleged involvement in a scam targeting elderly people in the country. Police believes the 4 suspects are the mastermind behind several robberies under the pseudonyms Luffy and Kim, and having stolen about more than 6 billion yen in scams targeting elderly people. A proposed measure filed in the Senate seeks to expand the benefits of former Philippine presidents. Senate Bill 1784 was filed by Senators Christopher Lawrence Bongo, Mark Villar, Ronald Bato de la Rosa, and Francis Tolentino. In their explanatory note, the 4 lawmakers pointed out that a former president still represents and works for the country even after stepping down from office. Under the bill, former presidents and their families will be entitled to personal security detail for the rest of their lives. The bill also directs the Office of the President to provide them adequate staff and suitable office space. If enacted into law, the measure is expected to benefit former Presidents Joseph Estrada, Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, and Rodrigo Duterte. Senator Robin Hood Padilla, who supports the bill, proposed that former presidents be automatically made presidential advisors. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head onto the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change.